Hello everybody, Kiler Davenport here with another spring yard video with a little talk about what's going on in this video. We created a page on Facebook called Extraordinary People, and this video kind of goes along with that in a big way. This younger kid created a patent and prototype and idea and mission to build a project to clean up the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, and any other waterway. I'm sure they're expanding their prototype as we speak and expanding their mission as we speak. So I want you to listen to this video, and then we'll move into the extraordinary people paradigm, see what we can talk about. Here we go.
Combination of all that efforts, bringing the first plastic back to shore, and marking the end of this first campaign is really experimental, and now starting the process of turning this plastic into durable, beautiful, sustainable products. There is this great Pacific garbage patch out there. It's not going away by itself, so we have to go out there, unfortunately, to go and clean it up. In September of last year, we launched our first system out of San Francisco. Of course, quickly hit a snag after that. Roughly a year ago, the system wasn't working, and we actually had a structure failure, causing the system to break in two, forcing us to bring the system back to land. But then beginning of the year, we took those lessons into account. Team worked hard to develop a second version of the system, relaunched, and after quite some tweaking, and we actually were able to find a configuration that was catching plastic, and not just the big stuff, but we were also catching the small pieces, the microplastics, down to 1 millimeter in size. And now today, it's really all the combination of all that effort, bringing the first plastic back to shore.
I applied Lumi yesterday to the groin area, and 24 hours later, I'm still odor-free. Lumi is the best.
Sure. So one thing that's important to realize is that the garbage patch is not an island of trash. It's quite a misconception. Rather, it's highly dispersed. So this plastic is spread out over an area twice the size of Texas. So if you were to simply skim the ocean for plastic, it would take forever. It would be really expensive. So that's why we came up with this idea to basically deploy artificial coastlines where there are no coastlines, because we know coastlines are great in collecting plastic near shore, but the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is so far away from land. There's no coastlines to catch any plastic. So with these systems, they have kind of a parachute anchor attached to it, which slow down these systems and slow them down enough so that the plastic flows faster than the system, allowing the plastic to accumulate in these cleanup systems, which means that with a boat, we can then periodically take the plastic out of the system and bring it to land, which is much more effective than having to skim the whole ocean. So with that system, we have been able to collect the first plastic and have now brought it back to shore.
We had our ups and downs, we had problems, we had structural failures, but eventually the team was able to take those lessons into account and actually get to a point that we had a system that was successfully catching plastic 2 months ago. So that was really quite an amazing moment, especially after all these things that we went through. And of course, around me, we see the sort of the culmination of those efforts, and definitely, it's seeing this makes me incredibly proud of what the the team has done over the past years. And so, a huge thanks to everyone who has been involved and for getting us to this point that we actually have the first plastic back on land, which is, it just fills me with a lot of pride and joy.
Ed.
Humans are great at saving things. We save money, save seats, save The Last Dance, and we almost saved a lot of time when...
The objective of this first campaign wasn't to maximize our harvest. It was really to prove, to validate the principles behind the cleanup system. Yet we still collected some plastic kind of as a side effect. And so past 2 months, we've collected roughly 60 cubic meters of trash. That's still a small amount compared to the 100 million kilos that we still have to clean out. But on the other hand, it does already constitute roughly 14,000 football fields of ocean in terms of area. We've shown that you can catch plastic with a free-floating system in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Yet we're not yet ready to really rid the oceans of plastic. There's still this in-between step, the stepping stone that we have to do, which we call system number 2, which is going to be the first full-scale, fully operational cleanup system, for which we're starting the development right now. That's an essential stepping stone that we need to do before we can scale up to a whole fleet of cleanup systems in the years to come. So for the cleanup to happen, it's not just about the technical challenge, but there's also this financial challenge, because it's international waters, it's no one's problem. So what our idea is to, using the catch, create this economic model through which everyone can actually participate in the cleanup and be part of the solution. So the idea is that we take the plastic out and we turn that into beautiful, sustainable products that people can then buy and help to continue the cleanup. And these products are going to be 100% made from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And in the coming months, we'll be developing this. So it will be sorted, the waste will be recycled, and then in September we'll be launching the first product that we hope people will like. We don't have a final confirmation yet on the product, nor how many products we can make, nor the price. So that's why we now already invite our supporters to join the journey of the plastic. So if people go to our website, they can sign up for $50 and join the journey and basically claim their seat or be first in line for the products that we're going to make. Obviously, don't yet know the how exactly the system 2 is going to look like. What we do know is that there's still quite a few challenges to address. One of them is long-term durability, and the other one is long-term retention. Now, to explain that, it's important to know that the main cost driver of the cleanup is the use of vessels. Vessels are really expensive. So the less vessels you need in the process, the better it is. The more plastic you can collect with the same amount of funding. So one thing that's important is for the durability, that the system can stay out there as long as it needs to be without any maintenance. And of course, for the retention, what's important is that we can keep the plastic safely in the system for long periods, so that we don't have to come and collect the waste every month, but can wait really many months before we actually harvest this plastic. So those are the two main engineering challenges that we hope to address with system number 2. So seeing that first plastic come back into port, it was quite a relief. That's the main emotion, because of course we invested a lot of effort and a lot of years working around the clock, 7 days a week to get something working. And now seeing that confirmation that we went from 0 to 1, it's really quite amazing, and I'm really super proud of the team for getting us through all these ups and downs, and now having the first plastic back on shore.
Go. People looking at that video, swath the size of Texas times 2, 14,000 football fields, all of these different surface dimensions talked about in this great video. This kid started out fairly young too. I think he was 19 years old, and he's been around, and he's done a lot of talk shows and a lot of media. This is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful idea. My whole problem with it is, of course, the cost. I know they're going to have to get a return of profit on their investment of getting the plastic out of the Pacific Rim. The other problem being as we put all of this plastic in the holders and bring them back in, we have ships dumping just as much plastic probably into the ocean as is coming out. So it's kind of like rowing a boat with a big hole in it, trying to take a bucket to scoop out the water, and the water just keeps pouring in and you keep sinking. So I'm hoping that they will be able to build a complete multidisciplinary team with the oceanic organizations and the different marine life organizations that work out there, and to protect our environment and to protect the ocean, and be able to work with these shipping companies that are dumping their waste in the ocean. This was a very good video, though, for a first video that was done in 2019, October, and they've come a long way. They've come a long way by now. They're still up and running. They're still going full-fledged. I'm going to keep up with them, and I'm going to talk to some folks about them. I'm going to make some phone calls, try to get him on the air with us to interview, and that's going to be a powerful interview. I really hope the best for them. I hope them the best of success, because our oceans are filthy, and it makes me sick to my stomach to see the two Texas-sized patches of filth out there floating around in the ocean. If y'all want to pop in tonight, I'll be talking about some of this on the show, and you can just dial the number at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we will be live. And we'll also be talking about a lot of other things here lately. I've been going down the rabbit hole, many different rabbit holes, as you know. There's been some depression in my life with all of the changes that have been going on and all the research I've been doing concerning the reset and all of the other things that are happening with the globalists and the Federal Reserve and the United Nations and the Council on Foreign Relations and all of these other things that are happening with Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci and the vaccine. I've been swamped pretty much been swamped with research, and I wish that you all could come in and help us. We have a big, beautiful broadcasting network, and we could always use volunteers to come in and help us with our many, many missions that we are on. If you would like to help, you can email me at dkiler2010@gmail.com. I'll put that in the comment section for you. That's dkiler2010@gmail.com. I'm looking for co-hosts for the show, looking for participants for the roundtable on the show. We're looking for guests, always looking for good guests. And also people just to help us with the administration of the many pages that we have on Facebook and some other platforms out there. But that'll be it for now. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in to StreamYard. We're trying to make the best of StreamYard. I'm going to try to do a StreamYard every other day now and see if we can actually get some participants in here. I want to thank AXJ around the world for helping us with all of our different projects and programs and missions and special events. I want to thank them for allowing us to be on their pages, and I want to thank them for promoting our work that we do and our missions here at the radio station. So anyway, until next time, this is Kiler Davenport signing out at 3:14 p.m., 11/28/2020. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.